is my special guest, Herb. I should have added that to the overlay as well.
Hello,
Ah,
hello.
I'm a professional.
It's the streamer life. It's how it goes.
Here, you know what? I'll do that. I'll do that real quick. Add source camera twin. There you go. Now you are also here
Woo!
in the corner.
I was super huge for a moment. Thank you for not keeping it that way.
Well, and see what I ought to do for real if I'm serious about this.
Hey, Miss
Um,
Heathen.
Add existing image source.
I mean, that's like
Uh,
half of streaming, though, right? Is like not only fixing it while you're streaming, but
Camera.
like pausing the stream to like do the tech thing. I've done it so
Flip
many times. Oh my
vertical.
gosh.
There, seamless, like it was always planned.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I didn't notice a difference.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I recognize that my streaming approach is ambitious. Let's say ambitious. Let's say ambitious rather than foolish. Um, but yeah, running little TV stations with no crew while we stream. Yep, it's perfect.
Flawless. 10 out of 10.
But yes, welcome everybody. I have a guest for the first time in. I mean, sometimes I have guests from like my literal meat space, but this is my first time doing uh, uh,
Cyber guest.
Cyberguest.
I guess. I don't know. To defeat the cyber guest, shoot it until it... No, wait. No, hold on. That was Doom. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
I'm glad. I'm so glad you are here. This is a treat.
You're a treat, and
Aw.
also, I mean, like,
And a
who doesn't?
snack.
And a snack, yes. And who has played this game who doesn't love it? Like, if you've played it, you automatically love it. I couldn't resist.
All right. I should have tested this when I added it to the thing, but let's test it now. Perfect. There's an exclamation point guest thing, like I said in the stream title, so we can do that at any time.
Oh yay!
And also the automatic reminders thing will occasionally fire and randomly do that as well. I have, aside from the obvious business, I have relatively little business to cover before stream begins in earnest. And one of that piece of business is the continuing fundraiser effort for general life improvement, which admittedly I have put you immediately on top of. I'm a professional.
It's all good.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Which, like, it has a monthly supporter, which it feels real now. It was real the whole time, but it feels real now.
Right on.
But yes, with all that out of the way, let's run the tertiary intro and begin for real.
Yeah.
Welcome
Sure.
properly to Rad and Retro, or no, properly to the oh god, I'm a professional. Properly to the jewelry box, and once again to Rad and Retro. Tonight, we're playing another Super Nintendo classic with a twist, because this overlay is no longer going to cut it. Instead, we're shifting to this one. Please work. Please work. You look frozen.
Yay.
Oh, no, you're not frozen. Sweet. Oh, it totally works.
Yeah, I think I was just holding really still.
Let me get my mouse cursor off this real Super Nintendo I have. The SNES had a mouse, it's fine.
It also had a nifty eject button, which I really miss playing.
All right. Welcome to Illusion of Time in all markets except Europe and English ones, in which case it's Illusion of Gaia. I don't know why it's not time. Like, they frequently only changed titles in these days for, like, religious problems or censorship issues, and I don't have any idea what's threatening about time, but...
Well,
whatever.
we all know if people are super threatened by evolution, they might be threatened by time as well.
Ah, that might be why we didn't get Terranigma at all.
So it's been forever.
Oh, good.
I mean,
there's not customizable buttons. There's just switchable. Oh, good, good, good.
One or two. That's all you get.
Why bother telling me the one that's not used if it's not you?
They're like, don't press that one. It doesn't do anything, but don't press it. It's been so long that I don't even remember these menus. I just remember flashbacks of, like, playing the game, certain parts of the game.
I guess that'll feel fine. I hope I can change it later. Like, my options are either this diagonal or this diagonal. Kinda.
I would do B and Y over B and A any day. That's just me.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, the previous journey, or the previous game, we were a messenger from God, sent down specifically to cleanse the world and return souls that were taken by legally not Satan. In this game,
Soul Blazer, right?
we're a school child? Oh, right, and the translation is rough. I looked around for a improved translation hack, and there is not one.
Yep.
So deal with it. My name is Will, we said to ourselves. A year has passed since we went to the Tower of Babel, which exists. My father and his party met with disaster. What did disaster have to say? No, somehow I made it back to South Cape and went back to school like nothing is wrong. My father is fucking dead. I'll never believe it. He thought to himself in school. When I grow up, I'll be an explorer and see the world. He thought to himself in school.
I mean, to be fair, I did that too.
That was the bell, by the way. That terrible, terrible noise was the bell. Demons have appeared outside of town. If you go very far, you must go with your parents. Your parents, who will defend you against the demons and definitely not also die to the demons. I'll see you guys at the usual place. I have to go home first. I'll see you guys there later. If you don't hurry home, your mother will think that you are kept after school.
I mean, Gaia is kind of sexier, says Miss Heathen.
Yeah, true.
Than Time, yeah. It's funny, though, because when this game came out, the word Gaia almost exclusively was associated with Captain Planet for me, because it was that time.
By the way, I hope you, the player, remember to speak to Lance, who actually tells you where the usual place is, because otherwise, eat shit, player. You don't know where you're going.
Right.
The world shines on brightly through eternity. Weird
for
prayer and or
reference,
lesson.
So for reference, Jewel just played Soul Blazer before this, and is probably going to play Terranigma at some point after this.
Oh yes.
I have only played this game, and it's been many years, but I didn't grow up with a Super Nintendo. I had a Game Boy and a Genesis, so the first computer that we had, I made it like an absolute priority to try and emulate Super Nintendo. And this was one of the first games I played because I'd read so much about it in Nintendo Power, and I was just like, wow, this sounds amazing. I would love to play this. So when I finally got emulators going for the first time, this was like the game like number 2 or 3 that I played, and I loved it to death and enjoyed every moment, but it has been so long.
All right, so we're a school child as established. There's demons outside the town. What the fuck is this mystical doorway?
Looks cool. Seems legit. Dark space.
Welcome to dark space. This is Gaia, the source of all life. Legally not God or whatever, I guess. I don't know. I'll help you on your journey. Only one with the dark power can see this space. You are the chosen one. It's been a weird day at school. In the dark space, you can record a travel journal. Stop there before you depart.
Cool.
Yeah.
Not legally God save point. Love it. That whole area, that dark space area, looks exactly like the hub world in Shaykhon the Forever Man on Sega Genesis. It's really weird.
Do I? Oh yeah, get used to seeing this, by the way. If ever you're not equipped with an item and you push the item button, you're not equipped will stop you in your tracks to tell you that you don't have an item equipped.
You're not equipped.
Like, how about just have it don't do anything?
Yeah, Miss Heathen, Captain Planet was right, and yeah, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Dark space, yeah.
Also, just yeah, I'm gonna continue. Like, it's gonna take me ages to get through this game because I'm gonna complain about every feature up until the like content begins.
Say it. Say what you gotta say.
On the opening screen, when we selected our controls, it told us that there wasn't a button used.
Why would you implement double tap instead of just using that fucking button? Why?
Why do that?
I mean, to be fair, I do enjoy a good double tap in like a beat 'em up game or a fighting game for a dash. Like, sure, but yeah, agreed. It's like, why would you go to the trouble of telling me a button didn't work when you could just use it for this thing?
It's like, oh yeah, this button doesn't do anything. Meanwhile, double tap to dash is like, really?
Yeah, that's weird. I think watching you play Soul Blazer, I kind of like realized that so many of these great games I had read about in Nintendo Power and experienced vicariously by watching, going over to a friend's house who had Super Nintendo, so many of them are not, back then they felt so polished and so cinematic and so like advanced compared to like NES and Game Boy. And even a lot of Genesis games, Super Nintendo felt like this like luxury system. But it's funny, watching you play Soul Blazer again, I was like, oh yeah, Super Nintendo was really jank and badly translated. It was great though. It was beautiful.
There's no stove, so I'm cooking in this pot. And by there's no stove, I mean there's no graphic for a stove. You will never see one. If anyone's curious why I'm rubbing my face all over everything. Oh, sorry, this is my house. The pie that Grandma Lola is making smells really great. Where is she making the pie in this ovenless world? Where is she making the pie, game? Dinner isn't ready yet. The oven isn't ready yet!
She's like, I have to go buy the oven and then cook it before you get back. Go outside. And you can't pick up anything, right?
Nope. No, of course not. But yes, the reason I'm rubbing my face all over creation is because there are permanently missable gems in places, and only by getting all of them can you get secret things.
Wait, and you can miss them by accident and then never get them?
Correct. There are some areas that you just cannot go back to.
Oh my gosh. So wait, so I think I read in the lore here, if you want to talk about that like basically like in Soul Blazer you defeated Solid Arm, which scattered into 50 red jewels, and those are the things you're talking about?
Yes. Though I can't believe I'm about to say the sentence. Much like the way the devil works in Tenacious D Pick of Destiny.
Okay.
The evil entity is not like going around looking for them exactly.
Okay.
There's a representative of the entity hanging out like in the world, waiting for someone to collect them for him.
Right, like the Dragon Balls.
Yeah. And it's... I don't normally get text messages this hour. Is that important? Sorry. Oh. Right, paying for my appointment. Forgot about that. Okay. But no, somewhere around here there's a guy that just calls himself the Jeweler Gem and expects you to bring him these gems, and he rewards you along the way, and then once you've brought him all of them, he reveals that it's like, aha, I was actually a demon and you are bringing me the parts of my body, now you die. And it's like, oh.
Oh no.
Surely if you have a corporeal form, you could have just gone and gotten them yourself. Like, if you know how many of them there are, and you know to be in the places where they exist, it would just have made more sense to get them your damn self.
So do you already know where these are, or are you just checking wherever?
There's 3 of them in this town.
Okay.
And if I
don't think I ever knew that, but I do remember collecting red gems, but I didn't know that there were like missable secret ones.
Yeah.
That's wild. I think this game still looks really good.
Oh, yeah.
But like definitely. Oh, so she can get pots, but we can't get pots. Thanks so much.
Yeah, of course not.
I remember being so stoked back in the day if a game let you like interact with anything. It was like the future of gaming.
My god, NPCs can actually use the stairs in their houses.
Right.
Ah, there it is. That one had a red jewel in it. It only flashed for a second, but that pot had a red jewel in it, and there was no visual difference. For those of you wondering if there was a visual indicator at all. No, there's not. Deal with it.
They just give you one text box and hope that you don't skip it by mashing A or whatever.
No sooner was the door to Seth's house opened than a jar came flying out.
A jar?
Yeah, there's problems at home, and that jar flying out of the door is somebody's being violent.
Got you.
Pardon me, before I dialogue you, I'm going to check your house for red gems before you violence them into the sea. It's no joke, that man. I put up with it for Seth's sake, but if it weren't for him, I'd have left long ago. Don't stay together for your kids. It's worse for your kids.
It really is.
I mean, it was a different time. This was like the 90s or whatever. It was still bad, but...
Apparently, this game takes place in the 16th century?
It takes place in a lot of times.
Yeah, like well, yeah, but I mean, like the default, like where we're at is like the age of exploration, and they talk about Christopher Columbus, which is like, oh great. It's cool that you visit a lot of real world places, though.
Yeah, even if for very briefly in some cases.
Right.
All right, the friend hangout. It was natural for the 4 friends to call this seaside cave their second home. Usually when the lessons were done at the school, they gathered there to talk and play games until sundown.
Oh.
It's cute. I like it. Or playing some kind of card game. Oh.
He said, "What is it? It's late." Like, I wasn't coming on to you. Wow.
Yeah, once you talk to these two, Eric can arrive, and things begin to occur. The Princess of Edward Castle has run away. They say she came to South Cape. That's all? You came in such a hurry. I thought something really big had happened. The princess is probably that spoiled girl, Kara, that one you like so much. Liar! Maybe the soldiers will come here looking for her. The soldiers from Edward Castle look so cool. I want a steel helmet too. Everything's fine. Back to happy music. You know, it's fine.
Possible drama, but not actually, JK.
Yeah. Everyone's here. What should we do today? Seth, I thought you just said it was late. Is it a situation of what should we do today, or it's late?
Right.
I want to see Will's mysterious power. My what? He can move things without touching them. I can what? He moved the statue that's in the corner of the cave. I what? Show me again. And this was not mentioned on the list of controls, so this is one of those situations where you either fucking figure it out or have the manual.
Right.
Your left and right triggers, you can whirl this baton, which turns out to be a flute.
Right, and it does like telekinesis.
And it does telekinesis things like that. To
right,
everything
I totally forgot.
In your row, in the direction you're facing. Yeah, it's real weird. It's just a thing you can do. It's very strange.
Wow.
Can't trap yourself in the corner though. That's a shame.
I was gonna say, can you like?
If only I could do that. No matter how many times I see it, I'm still amazed. Whoop. But why can you move the statue and you can't move anything else? Game design. Next, pick a card.
Also, like, hey, get off his back a little bit. I mean, moving a statue is pretty fucking cool.
I'll put 4 cards face down. Pick the one you think is the ace of diamonds. All right, Twitch chat, tell me what to... It's always the ace of diamonds. It's always the ace of diamonds. This is just... You, the player, cannot pick not the ace of diamonds.
Okay.
Like...
Wow.
Like... I'm just gonna... It's the ace of diamonds. Also the ace of diamonds. Also the ace of diamonds. Some kind of psychic power. If I didn't know any better, I'd think it was magic. And that's notably different from psychic power how, Seth? I just, like, Seth listing out the 5 senses in 5 separate text boxes.
Yeah, that was
weird. Some
very...
kind of 6th sense. What Seth says is too complicated for me to understand, even at 1 word per text box. Let's play another game. I'm gonna win again for sure. You have the same dialogue as before. Can I pick up another ace of diamonds? No, of course not. All right, cool, great. It was already dark by the time Will left the cave.
90s game from Japan, that whole conversation. Like, yeah.
Can I help you pull up your catch or something? Or, like, what's going on here?
That would be cool.
Oh, these 2 NPCs real close to each other? No. A star is approaching the Earth. Yeah, there we go. I had to find this person who's talking about the lore for later. You know, in the old days, they used to call it the Red Star, or Lavos. No, wait, wrong game. Be a real fuck of a crossover, wouldn't it?
I love that the smoke animation from the chimneys
Pig!
is the same.
There's a pig
as
wrecking the
boiling
room.
pot.
Why is there a pig in my house?
Oh,
This is the cutest pig. See if we can get one from the front.
is the pig gonna cook too?
I mean, eventually, I think, but not quite the way you're asking that question. Just push this whole man aside. The pig's name is Hamlet.
You shouldn't snort at strangers.
Is this
Is
your
this your
house?
house?
Yeah? So? Yeah, if you want to take Kara's dialogue, go ahead.
Sure, sure. Frankly, you look a little shabby.
Well, excuse me.
Your father, mother, not here, huh?
My father's dead?
Is this a picture of your parents?
My father's an explorer.
I know, Ullman the Explorer. They say he was lost.
Yes, my father. Old man. Ullman. Old man Ullman. I hate that name. He'll come back someday.
Are you sad? No? I'd be sad if it were me. I'm sorry. Anyway, is there a piano here?
This place has 2 rooms, Kara. Did you see a piano here? No, there isn't, but Grandma Lola is a great singer.
They're singing upstairs now. They have such loud voices.
Who are you and why the fuck are you in my house? Welcome home, Will. When I sing opera, I lose track of the time. Did you know there's someone in our house? Dinner's not ready yet. There's no oven yet!
And never will be, yeah. Oh my, I haven't sung like this in a long time. Your grandmother Lola used to be a singer. I fell in love with her voice. That's why I married her.
Oh, you, bringing up a thing like that. Will, you shouldn't be surprised to hear that. The girl who was singing with me a minute ago.
No!
A scream from downstairs. That was nobody's dialogue, by the way. That was just like a narrator text box.
Right, narrating blue text, yeah. I love your echo voice, by the way.
Princess, I've been looking for you.
I don't know you. Get away from my purse. Be gone.
This is my purse. I don't know you. What are you saying? If I don't take you home, I'll lose my... Wait, if I don't take you home, I'll lose my head? Why is this a question?
What do I care if you lose your head?
Princess! You think I have nothing better to do than chase you down? I must take you home. It's the king's orders.
Just dragging her motionless.
Yeah, the grabbing is implied.
I'm sorry I lied to you. I'm King Edward's daughter, Kara.
You didn't even change your
Kara?
name?
Will? I feel as though we've met before, as if we were good friends.
Did we say our name to her?
I guess she already knew because she went upstairs to talk to them.
I guess. It's such a weird world.
Supposedly, yeah.
Hello, Sean. And then the music goes back to normal, like nothing else.
So that girl likes to play practical jokes. Ha ha ha.
That girl just got dragged away to the castle by her hair. What's the matter with you?
Hey, Sean.
Edward Castle. There's a big viaduct under the castle. Your grandfather designed it. What? Really? If our grandfather was designing things...
I used to be an architect. There's a prison under the castle. It's built like a maze to keep the prisoners from escaping.
I designed that too. I'm part of the military-industrial complex. Your family's assholes. Oh my god, I was joking.
Well, I feel bad that I built a prison where people disappear and are never heard from again.
But it made me a lot of money.
Can we screenshot?
Enough serious talk. Let's eat dinner. From where?
There is no dinner.
I've made a delicious pie. How? Let's sit at the table upstairs so that we don't have to animate us moving or eating or the food.
Cream pie.
I mean, she was singing opera earlier. Your grandmother's
now
quite the singer. Also,
it's
screamer.
not the
Why are you
narrator.
telling me this?
What?
What? You arrived home to find your grandmother and grandfather singing opera upstairs together.
Okay.
He married her for her voice. And
He
then
stole her from Queen
you come
Ursula.
into my living room and make this cream pie joke. And, you know, I have to assume that
your living room
with her...
I see how it is.
Snail pie. Oh.
Ugh. Escarg, no.
It is still you.
That night, Will dreamed that Kara and he took a trip around the world.
Wow. He moves pretty fast.
And the next morning, something began to happen. But the narrator's not going to say what. I had more snail pie for breakfast. I left you a slice. Great.
Oh, I was supposed to read that, sorry.
A letter has come for you from King Edward. This is what is written in the letter. Bring the crystal ring from Ullman's things to Edward Castle, King Edward. I've been in a bad mood ever since I saw this letter. Oh, Will, I'll teach you a spell. When I'm upset, humming this tune makes me feel better. Sorry, spell? Is the tune also the spell?
Lola hummed a strange melody.
Which, by the way, that was still in Lola's text, despite being the narrator's. She hummed it.
It's fine.
Yeah, the colors are all over the place.
Even though Will had never heard it before, it seemed oddly familiar. The text said slowly in Will's text color, "You've learned Lola's melody." Someday I will have control again. There we go.
I don't remember like any of this.
Yeah, because I'm spending a decent amount of time on like
World building.
madness.
Or something. Very, very small world building.
Now, there's still 2 red jewels frickin' somewhere.
You just have to check every spot, right? I like the seagulls. That's a nice touch.
It is nifty. They're used to much better effect in Terranigma, but hey, y'all are still here.
I mean, it's definitely improved over Soul Blazer, though, right?
Oh god, yes.
Yeah. I feel like that game looked pretty rough.
I can
like,
move
looking back.
diagonally in this game.
Right.
Oh, what the hell? You moved. You should really maybe be stronger before trying to fish.
Yeah, for real.
Now, one of these times you've caught something, I think.
I think you do bring it up out of the water. I kind of remember that, maybe? At some point. Or maybe that's like a thing you come back to later and he does have something for you.
We don't have much time for, like, anything else, though, because practically the moment we go to the castle,
It starts.
everything goes fucking nuts.
Right. So yeah, I mean, no worries. Yeah, find what you got to find. It sounds like it's going to be worth it, especially if you can't return here.
Okay, where the fuck? No, stop. Stop. It's the left of the bell tower. Ah, yes. Okay. So, this completely invisible hole, by the way,
Oh my gosh.
you found a red jewel.
Wow. You know what though? I do have to say that in the 90s, stuff like that, as obtuse as it is, I think that was kind of like the 90s video game version of like, ooh, there's so many secrets, you know, like, can you find all the completely obtuse hidden spots that we're not going to tell you about? Like, that was kind of like a selling point, I think, for a lot of games back then. I do remember playing this and it felt like epic in comparison to a lot of other games. Maybe not as much as Zelda. I mean, Zelda's kind of like, you know, the cream of the crop, but like, I do remember this game feeling like, oh, this is bigger than the average 16-bit game. This is more involved, you know.
Ah, okay. Sorry to interrupt. I just checked my little like spoilers. I'm using a walkthrough just because some of this stuff is complete ass. The position of the fisherman is random and changes whenever you go through a door.
Okay.
So
that's neat.
I'm gonna be going through this particular door until he is on this side of the dock.
And then he should have something for us?
Which, according to the guide, the writer of, it took 35 attempts. So we might be here a bit.
That's a lot of in and out, Jules.
And on the wrong channel, too. I mean, I am wearing my necklace.
Just don't go in and out too fast, because then you'll mess it up.
Yeah. Figure out a consistent rhythm and then stick with that. And when they say more, don't fucking change anything.
Very good advice, honestly.
The woes of a bottom.
Oh yeah, Jules.
I'm not. Oh no. I'm not trained, heathen. I do the training. I am educated. Sorry, you were saying.
No, I was just gonna say Jules is a reservoir of information and, shall we say, charismatic tips.
Really?
Maybe
Really?
Did you count 35 times, really?
Yeah.
I love your commitment. I mean, it is good to get this thing now, so we might as well do it.
This guy has a red jewel, by the way. This is one of those missable things.
Right. Oh, look, I found a red jewel. I don't know why you were going in that door.
I fished up this weird thing. But only in this one. Oh, thank God. There. Okay, cool. There's the third red jewel. Great.
I'm pretty sure that the fisherman is just pissed because you just like stole it out of the bag.
I don't give a shit. All right. This man. I am the jeweler Jim. I control the 7 seas. Weird intro. Just wanted to see you, give you red jewels, see your inventory. Now, for those curious why the hell we are doing this thing, this is why.
Right.
At 30 of them, we get dark power. At the moment, we have 3, so...
Don't we want his secrets, or would we rather not know?
We'll get them eventually, right? He will receive all of them.
So here's another question.
There are
You're
now
seeing
3
him
jewels
now.
in the room. What
Like,
room?
You're seeing him now, but if you were to get him later, would he recognize that you have jewels built up, or do we have to talk to him now?
He would recognize that you have them built up, but
Okay.
once you hold up the red jewels, you'll have to come running to my place. I'm a famous master of disguises. If you see me in another town, you wouldn't know me. Yeah, he's gonna look different in every town, but it'll always be him.
Okay.
Very convenient. Not only are the gems hidden, but the NPC you need to give them to looks different. Fuck you.
Oh. You got an herb too. I make cameos in every RPG, by the way.
Yes.
There are
That's
herbs
why I
in
wanted to
every
give him the jewels now, because that is a healing item. Woot. To Edward's Castle.
Wow, that map is super pixelated. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I remember this like blowing my mind, just being like, "Oh my god, it's so 3D."
All right, welcome to Edward's Castle. We have no control, and the guards, we have a letter. Good. Now that they're finally out of the way, we can move again.
I mean, the door was open. It wasn't really an intrusion.
Yeah, this really weird perspective castle, by the way.
Yeah. It's cool that you can see the mountains in the back, though. That's a nice touch.
Oh, yeah. Whoop. Goodbye, Discord. Why? But why, though? Nope, they're all good. They're all dead. Cool. Well, for whatever reason, my lewd Discord works, so, you're also in that. So, I guess... join me in the lab, because it apparently works. That's so fucking bizarre. Wait. Nope. Discord's back. Hold on. Oh god. I am now in 2 different voice channels simultaneously. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, prepare for some noise. You know what? I'm going to make the best of this situation, and I'm just going to run Twitch's mandatory ad thing that's going to happen in 8 minutes. I'm just going to do it now, and hopefully figure this shit out while I'm doing that. See y'all in a bit, I guess. Okay. Well, welcome back. We have a solution in big sarcasm quotes. Indeed, the microphone is coming through Video Ninja. But Video Ninja, so that's a source in OBS, and I'm one of those mad people trying to do the dual PC setup. So your voice is actually coming out of the stream machine, which is over there, rather than my headphones that are actually connected to the whole audio setup on PCA. So it works? Question mark? But technically you will be hearable in my microphone as well because you're coming out of exterior speakers. But it should theoretically
Well,
work.
but here's the thing, though, is that we can't really talk because there's a delay.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh,
Because I can only hear you through stream. I can't hear you in Video Ninja. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Discord, why? Why would you choose now? It's prime time in the US.
Yeah, my hubby downstairs says he's also having issues with Discord. He's in the middle of a Final Fantasy 14 FC meeting, so yeah.
Boy.
Could get him like, either a different chat service or you could just like route the audio to the PC that you're streaming on. But I'm sure.
Huh. Okay. I have an idea. I'm gonna pause the YouTube recording until the idea is complete. What the fuck, Discord?
What the fuck, Discord? Yeah, so very, very small rant. Discord sucks. That's my rant. I feel like every time Discord updates, it's like, especially on mobile, it is like this massive file, and then it's like, for what? It already works fine.
What?
Stop. But that is kind of
It's
most updates these days.
Show the camera what you are holding.
Wait, me?
No, Danny. He's next to me.
Oh, hi.
I thought you had approached me with a partially opened condom,
Sounds hot.
and then I realized that it was tea, and then I was just having a moment.
And
It's
here
a
I came
condom
over here
for
to ask
spices.
if Discord resuscitating sounded anything like the Skype startup sound.
Oh.
Hi, Danny.
So what I was going to do, what I was going to try and do, was like turn the sound off on the stream PC from Video Ninja, and then add myself to the virtual room that you are in, and then we'll just talk through that.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, OBS has decided that Video Ninja doesn't get an audio control. I cannot stop it from making noise, and I do not know why.
Wait, so... But I'm muted on there now, so we're good, right?
Yes, which is why I was
Okay.
telling you to. Which is why I was telling you to not use that one. But as it turns out, I can't not have it be on for reasons unknown.
Amazing.
By the
So
way,
anyway, back to Illusion of Time.
yeah, there's a person behind this pillar who wants you to
What?
not reveal that they're here, and for keeping the secret, you get a red jewel.
Oh my god, that's
That's
hilarious.
That's the one red jewel in the castle.
Wow, this game really is gonna go dive headfirst into hidden bullshit, huh?
Oh yeah. This is the underground prison. Innocent people can't enter. I'm sure that's a lie. I'm sure they absolutely can enter as long as the king decides they're not innocent.
Miss Heathen, I'm literally gonna tweet that because it's amazing. I'm gonna screenshot you if you don't mind, because that's amazing. That's exactly what's happened. Discord's like, no fun.
Well, if it's anything like the terms of service regarding the Discord shops, it's just that the queers aren't allowed.
Pretty much.
Which,
I'm like,
I am the queers, so I can just come on.
same.
This guard and this maid have an relationship.
The guard's like, I love you.
But he's shy. This is the princess's room. Strangers can't
Who is
enter
it?
this. A guest?
A guest?
This is just a shabby boy. Hey. It's me, Kara.
Oh, that voice. Let him in, or I'll tell everyone your old nickname.
That was... Your read of O there was not quite probably what I expected. That voice. Let him in or I'll tell everyone your old nickname. Oh, pardon me, please enter.
Yeah, I'll read for her. Sorry, I was looking at the stream, not the stream.
Fair.
You, yesterday.
I was told to bring the crystal ring to King Edward.
Bounce, bounce. Terrible, it's terrible. Again, my father is trying to take something important from someone. I've escaped from the castle before, and now they won't let me go out.
I mean, presumably they wouldn't let you go out before either, which is why you called it an escape.
Recently, something very strange has happened at the castle. My mother has hired a famous hunter. It's ominous. Ominous J. Peterson.
Princess, let's go.
Sorry. I feel scared. My father and mother seem to have changed. Please save me. Take me out of here, please.
Princess?
Please come back, Will. After you ransack the castle for jewels.
Your business is finished. Get out. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
a little bit more
feel free
plot.
to tell me to read for various people. I don't mind. But I'll default to you reading them because I don't want to be that person.
The interview room is before you. Climb the stairs to meet the king. Who speaks like this? It is before you. Recently, a hunter was hired. I wonder what the king is thinking. Well, Kara just told us that her mother hired the hunter, so presumably the king isn't. If it's anything like the last game, it's actually the queen who's been turned evil by Legally Not Satan, and the king's just along for the ride until they all get exploded.
That's the case so many times in media. Oh no, the evil woman who's been trapped by her husband all these years is now evil.
Yes, well, you see, the problem is women are run by their emotions, and so they're more vulnerable to think, oh, shut the fuck up. You're responsible for the corruption in this place. It's a monarchy, and you are the monarch.
Yeah.
Feck
yeah.
off. You look so shabby. Did you bring the crystal ring?
No.
How dare you say such a thing to me? Guards, throw this impudent weasel in prison. Then go to Will's house and find the ring.
Oh my god. But you have it though.
Huh?
But you have it, right?
Nope, we never had it.
Oh, okay, okay.
The ring was not among our possessions. If we say yes, it is revealed that, we don't have it.
Yeah, he's like, you're lying. Right.
Yeah. It's like, we know you have this thing. Bring it to me. It's like, hi, I don't have this thing. Go to jail. I will find the thing and kill your grandparents.
Straight to jail.
Ma'am, save me. Did you say ma'am? Yeah, kids being as respectful as possible. There's several other things I could call you.
Are you
All
gonna
right.
do your echo voice?
Welcome to jail. Say again?
Are you gonna do your echo voice?
Edward's prison.
I love it. It tickles me so much.
Oh wait, actually, hold on. Sorry, this is a jail, so I should probably use the I wonder why I have to suffer so. It's a stone room, so it's gonna reverb.
Does it do it for me too?
Discord might be filtering it out. I wonder what would become of me now. Anyway, I have to think of a way to get out of here. Anyway, welcome to jail.
Come on, Shabby.
It's locked. This Moss has seen thousands of prisoners come and go.
Thousands?
Those
Like, how
prisoners
big is
must
this
have been
thing?
encouraged by any sign of life. Whoop. Well, I interacted with something, and then I pushed the directional pad, and I can no longer read it again.
Wow.
Same text about the moss. There's this little configuration of blocks, which, if you've played any Zelda games, you're trying to like, oh, this must be a puzzle of how I escape.
Right.
But unfortunately, no. You're just in jail. You just have to wait.
Yeah. There's a hole in the ceiling that we can't see.
Yeah. Love a good glory ceiling.
A glory ceiling.
No, I do not. Jump for it.
A soldier's whisper.
It's today's ration of bread. Even Moss drinks water.
They were like, look, we can't animate this, so we're just going to drop bread in the room, okay?
It's the worst thing I've ever tasted. Would you... Well, I mean, I suppose you're in jail, right? Like, snail pie has to be better than stale bread.
I find it weird that sometimes the narrator speaks in third person, and other times it's like Will is doing the narrating, speaking as himself in his mind. It's like very inconsistent.
Yeah, time passes slowly, but the long day is ending. It pains me to... Wait, that wasn't narration? Hold up. Look, a prime example of what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
It
Like, that
pains
was
me to
the
think of the
first part.
prisoner's feelings, not knowing what they should do. While I was trying to think of a way out, I drifted off to sleep.
Yeah, that first sentence
Like,
should
is
have been
this
the
you
narrator.
thinking or speaking or the narrator?
Yeah,
A
whenever
familiar
people,
voice speaks from the flute.
Oh, yay.
What the hell does a flute sound like?
Will.
All right.
It sounds like Andre 3000, apparently. This is your father.
All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
The flute is your
All right.
father.
All right. 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 Thank you for picking up on that. Yes. Sounds like Andre 3000. Awesome.
Wait. So a flute came through a glory ceiling, and it's my father? Oh my god.
No, it's the flute that we had with us. When they put us in jail, they didn't confiscate any of our bullshit. Which we're going to learn in about 30 seconds. If they had taken the flute when they put us in jail, the rest of the game would not occur and everyone would have lost, like, their lives, pretty much.
True. You were a cute child, but now you're ugly. No, but now you've grown up.
Now you're shabby.
Now you're shabby, right.
I don't
Isn't
think
Grandma's-
this is appropriate, flute grandfather.
Isn't Grandma Lola's pie delicious?
I don't think this is appropriate, flute grandfather 3000.
Oh.
Sure, Dad, where are you?
I can't tell you now, but it's not in the glory ceiling.
Oops.
I have something to ask of you. Listen. That's
Sure.
all you. I want you to save me. I, too, was once held in this cell. Look at the left-hand wall. Oh, no.
The one with the weird bricks? Where did that come from?
I'm telling you, he's in the glory ceiling.
Also, you haven't had to use it at all besides that one thing in the intro, but this, you have to use that to get that. This?
Matthew McConaughey. Have you heard anything from Grandpa Bill?
Grandpa? He was an architect.
Your grandpa knows the secret of that stone.
Secret?
Starting now, you will encounter a terrible thing.
Do I
just
have
one.
to?
Pick up the stone on your enemy left.
Pick up the stone your enemy left.
The power of the crystal is contained there. That power will prove to be your ally. You must make a pilgrimage to the ruins of the world to find the mystic statues. The closer you get to the crystal, the stronger the evil power will be. Will, no time, quickly, first to the Incan ruins.
The batteries are running out of this flute. The flute's voice fades and disappears. And you're still trapped in jail, by the
Right,
way.
like, thanks,
Oink, oink.
Grandpa. Thanks, Dad.
This is the inventory screen, by the way. It looks real fucking weird.
It looks badass, though. It looks way too cool for an inventory screen. Like, did they go into ActRaiser and steal this or something?
Ah, but you see, we have dark power and will style. That's fine. Also, Kara's pig is here to help us. Hamlet.
Piggy.
Hamlet is here to help me.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, you want to see Hamlet? You should probably come see Hamlet before he fucking dies. It's locked.
Hamlet's a cutie.
There's a letter and a key tied to its tail. The letter reads,
Sorry to hear that you're in prison.
sorry to hear you're in prison. Thoughts and prayers.
Right.
Sorry to hear you're in prison.
It's terrible what my father's done, but
Good
hear what
luck.
I have to say. I too am a prisoner in a prison of silken gold. Privilege much.
bit better.
But tonight I will leave the castle forever.
Meanwhile, I'm in jail.
You will also be free, or you also will be free.
Goodbye, pig.
You have the key.
And some ridiculous fanfare, and I can't make this text box go away. There it goes. It's locked, but I have the key.
I bet it's that button that said there's no use.
Go to your inventory. Equip the key. As he
As
turns
he
the
turns
prison
the-
key. Oh.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
The steel door opens with a dull sound. Everybody ready for the steel door opening sound? Thwap. It's a good thing we had the text box to tell us what it sounded like, because the sound engine did not get used for it.
Nope. Oh, it opens all of them.
Of course
Amazing.
it does.
Well, I guess they don't need anyone's help.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, they also put a mystical portal in jail. It's fine.
Tied to a ball and chain. Wow. Sweet.
Push the start button to see the locations of your enemies. What does that mean? Find the demons and defeat them. Sure.
I love that screen though. Like I want that as a background. That's cool. Yeah,
No,
Gaia from
no,
Captain Planet had a
no.
Facebook.
I need to check this barrel. Also need to check this, like, cross made of bricks. It's fine. Okay.
That did look suspicious.
Alright, welcome to Dungeon. Our weapon is a flute.
Cool.
Our weapon is our grandfather, who inhabits the flute.
Don't put your mouth on Grandpa.
His first dialogue to us was about the taste of our grandmother's pie. Or no, sorry, that was our father speaking to us through the flute. Our grandfather was at home.
Right.
When you defeat all of the enemies around you, a jewel will appear, I said to myself. It's even got the will colon there to like...
It's fine.
Oh, I gotta show this off real fast while I have the power too. I'm gonna slow down emulation for a little bit on this totally real SNES. Just for the purposes of... maybe shouldn't have slowed it down that much.
Wait, what's going on?
Hold on, there's just something I want to show off that's real cool. Ah! It appears for like a frame, but the explosions have a skull in them, and I always think that's nifty.
Yeah, I remember that.
See if I can... Ah!
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah, that is cool.
That's like half a frame. That was 6% speed, and I still couldn't get it.
Yeah, on the stream, the overlay blocked the first one, but we also have the second one.
Okay, well, I'm done trying to show it off.
That is cool. It's weird that it's one frame, though. That's very bizarre.
I had to get past the sensors somehow. Tentacles! First dungeon, we have tentacles! We also have, like,
Kind of a
large
beefy skeleton.
skeleton.
Yeah. He's been getting swole. That's
He's
right.
been drinking his milk.
That's right. You can magic items to you.
Which I think was the point of making you use the, magic power before.
Yeah.
But, like, it's communicated so poorly that you might not even realize what's happening.
Yeah. Or that you can use it for different kinds of items and not just, like, puzzle pieces or like, you know, stones or whatever. Cool.
Anyway, yeah, some mechanics from the last game have persisted in that defeating enemies can change the physical layout. This has the same shape as the statue from the seaside cave. Also, there's a piece of dandelion.
You gotta get your daily flower intake.
Oh, fuck. Did I? Oh, no, I was just fucking around.
Hopefully it doesn't persist. There you go.
Thank God. Okay.
Good old leave the room and enter again. This is definitely one of the only games like this that I can think of where you don't get a real weapon immediately.
Oh no, balls. Ow.
They're like, nope, you're gonna use this dumbass flute for a while.
In fact, I don't think Will ever gets a different weapon. Not really.
Oh, that's right, because you, like, transform... Right, okay. I like how you can't interrupt the tentacles attack. Like, wow, thanks.
It's a near miss on that ball. Herb!
You found an herb. I was in the treasure chest this whole time.
Now, unlike the last game, herbs are not auto-use things that simply keep you from death.
Oh.
They are consumable healing. And they're not renewable.
Right. Did it just ask you if you wanted to take the medicine, or did you press that?
I pushed the button.
Okay, okay. I was like,
I wanted to
that
make
was
sure I
odd.
didn't fucking die.
Cool. Defense and strength.
I mean, yeah, right, you have more than one at a time, yeah? So, like, it's technically better, but also there's a set number of them in the game, and if you have used them all, tough shit.
Also, I love how when you kill the tentacle enemy, the loot that it drops technically a little actually below where the enemy was placed. So you
Yeah.
have to go down a little bit to like get the item to come to you. That's funny.
It won't go in. Maybe it's rusty.
Oh god.
Always say no to rusty anything.
Yeah, don't put anything in anything rusty.
Or anything with the word Cleveland in it.
I do actually kind of like this. Like, you can't push the button, so you fucking jump on it. It's not bad.
That is cool. Yeah, that's a cool idea.
All right, now, everybody remember the previous game where I told you that these little wispies would be returning?
Music's pretty banging.
A red jewel!
It's got that trademark super reverb that like every Super Nintendo game has.
Bats! Boss bats.
Cool.
Oh no, the dandelion is running away. I'm gonna go ahead and push that now.
Flower
Try
in the
playing
corner.
the flute.
I
Play the
love how
melody.
the flower in the corner spoke, but it like had to tell you that it was the flower in the corner.
He softly played the melody he'd learned from Lola. Which is weirdly long, by the way.
It's
Now I
begging
have
for a
control again.
remix.
Go to the switch on the right-hand wall. The door won't open unless you push this switch on the count of 3. When I shout, push the switch, I'll count 1, 2, 3, don't make a mistake.
Wow.
The door is open! The fuck is that noise? What is this button ever for?
Just a decoy.
I guess.
There were so many things like that in
So-
16-bit games where it would just be like this totally like useless thing just to kind of like waste your time and send you on the wrong path or whatever, but like ultimately only just waste a little bit of time and wasn't really like worth it. Like it's interesting.
So, here's the thing I'm going to do that I didn't know about for a very, very long time. These red jewels that you need to take to the jeweler gem,
Yeah.
you can just send them. You don't have to take them to him at all.
Oh, so you don't have to find him.
You can just equip them and send them to him.
What? So
Yeah,
you only
so-
have to find him later when you want to redeem something.
Correct.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's very nifty, but I wish they would kind of like let you know, because I don't think I definitely remember the red gem thing. I don't remember that you could just do that.
Well, because like at the end of the game, you're in there. Those are physical inventory spaces, right?
Right.
So like, by the way, there's combos. If you're dashing when you attack, you do a little bit of a leap slash that deals a butt pile more damage.
Right. Okay.
Oh no, tentacles! Like the one time you'll hear me say, "Oh no, tentacles." Oh no, we've hit a dead end. Into dark space. Now, behold the weird part of this game. One of the weird parts of this
Merengue's
game.
dark space.
Your shape is only temporary. Try standing in front of the statue next to you. Your shape is only temporary, said the game to the trans person. Hell yeah, it's only temporary. I can do what I want.
Damn right.
I don't even know what the hell this person should... Oh wait, yes I do. Yes I do. This is I know who this is.
I've been waiting a long time for you to come. I am freedom. I am eternal. Let me help you on your journey. As time goes by, you'll come to understand my nature.
Will gradually loses consciousness.
Is this a coming out story?
And now we've become Friedan.
Illusion of gender.
Alright, now we have a sword. We're this extremely powerful Dark Knight.
Yeah, significantly more badass.
Which
With
in it,
longer reach.
yeah. More damage. Oh god.
I remember thinking that his sprite kind of looks so badass that it almost looks out of place because it's like bigger than everybody else. But like compared to Zelda, it looks really badass.
Can apparently kill you from here. That's a lot of reach. He is also bigger though, so that kind of trap with the rotating balls is not the best for him. Another
Yeah,
red
it
jewel.
It kind of makes it hard to see stuff like in front of him too. I mean, you know, the gem teleportation kind of system and being able to see your enemy's health and the thing where you can like telekinesis items to yourself, those are all pretty advanced things. Like most games at this time didn't really have stuff like that necessarily.
Oh yeah, no, they've made huge improvements.
Yeah,
When the
that's pretty
enemies
cool.
are destroyed, Will can return to his original shape. Notably, can return. I would like to stay this way if at all possible, but the game means must return.
They're like, no, go back to before puberty now.
Yeah, you don't have to kill anybody. It's time for you to go back to a child with a flute.
Back to puberty jail.
By the way, I checked this barrel from the left. It's not the barrel. It's the empty space right here that has the jewel.
Oh my gosh.
I saw you, but I'm surprised. You can change your shape like me. I'm Lily, an Ituri girl protected by the flower spirit. How do you know a melody that could only How do you know a melody you could only have heard from us? I learned it from Grandma Lola. She hummed it whenever she was upset. I have had some of her pie. Why does everybody keep talking about my grandmother's pie? It tastes rather unusual, doesn't it? That's not better, Lily. You know, my grandmother? Actually, she asked me to rescue you. What is that noise? The elder is calling. I have to go. Also, yeah, that person turns into the flower. Which, you can change shape like me. Turning into a flower and floating away is hardly the same as turning into a knight with a giant sword.
Yeah.
But okay.
That grandma, she really got her pie around, didn't she?
I guess.
Her pie was shipped out in bulk. Are there more hidden pillar people?
No, I believe that's the only time that happens. Which frankly just makes it more insulting than it did.
Yeah, just this one time. I will say though, I do think just there was just like a different. I mean, obviously there was different design. What am I trying to say? Design conventions at the time. Of course, you've come. Thank you.
Not on this channel.
Was the guard asleep outside? His nickname is Old Snorehead, sleeping again.
Your little pig has come.
What game is this? His name is Hamlet. Cute, isn't he? He's very smart. He has some kind of strange pig power. Please take me out of here.
Now, you said you would escape and also we would be free, but somehow this has turned into, I'm gonna come with you.
Yeah, she prophesized it and it wasn't her doing it. But yeah, you know, it is really interesting to see like older games using obtuseness as a way to like instigate exploration, as opposed to nowadays where it's like, hey, here's this huge open world, go find shit and we're probably going to tell you all about it, you know? That was super slow text.
A large, yummy roast leg of yak, and I still don't have control. There it is.
Everything's ready. Let's go before the soldiers find us.
Can I see the sprite for this leg of yak? Meat.
Meat.
Large roast from Edward Castle.
Take your meat and get out. Yeah, that is true. I mean, this game isn't like, you know, the densest game ever. I mean, it still is a Super Nintendo game, and it's not Final Fantasy or Earthbound. I mean, it's not like super in depth. It's not like a super long game. But yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Sean. A lot of the new open world games are definitely like, it's very thin. You know, like lots to see and do, but like not really that much when you add it all up. But it's just interesting how, like, today, a young gamer would be like, this game doesn't make sense, it's too obtuse. But back then, that was the selling point. The selling point was, hey, you're not going to be able to figure out everything right on the first go, or without doing some serious researching and clicking on everything and trying every door and everything. And that was, like, part of what made the old games good. Or at least enticing. Kara says, it's awful. Who would do such a thing?
My grandparents? No, I don't think they did that, Will.
Grandpa Bill.
Who the fuck are you calling Grandpa Bill, Kara? They're my grandparents. Grandma Lola!
I'll look upstairs.
Anyway, you both know who did this. It was the guards that the king ordered to come here and find the thing that you don't have.
Oh, Will, come here, quick. It's terrible.
This room is so shabby.
Right. Look at the wall. This mark, a jackal.
It's a jackal.
Jackal's here.
Look at the wall. It's a jackal. A jackal? Jackal.
He's the hunter hired by my mother. An evil man who will stop at nothing. Once he starts after you, there's no stopping him. He has no regard for human life. Well, just wait till he sees our dark place.
My grandpa and my grandma are deceased. Don't worry, you two. You're the one who...
Who are you?
I'm Will's friend. Lily, do you know anything about this? It's okay. Your grandpa and grandma are safe. Why? Why does the camera make me tired? Stop it. They're in my village.
Your village?
Itori village.
I've never heard of this village.
Of course not. My village has a barrier around it. Ordinary people like you can't see it.
I'm going too.
Far too
Wow.
dangerous for a princess.
You can't stop royalty. I do whatever I want. She's right.
I thought you rejected your royalty in order to escape the castle. Which is it,
Oh
Kara?
yeah.
Typical of a princess.
Yep. I want to escape, except when I need something.
I think
something good is going to happen. That's weird. Wait. Go talk to her again. It doesn't say her name in front of it.
No, it's just, I think something good is going to happen. It's like, do you?
That was so weird. Yeah, Lily came in there and just like swept up. She was like, we're leaving, we're going to my invisible village that you can't see, peasant princess, and you're not coming either. I like the hair blowing in the wind. That's a nice touch.
My defense power will be raised for having 5 of them.
Sweet. I like how you can say just wanted to see you. That's very nice of them.
Yeah, once you hold up the jewels, you'll have to come running to my place. That's the dialogue that says you can hold them aloft and they will send them to you, I guess.
Right.
Now wait, is my party assembled or do I have to go talk to them? Have to go talk to them, cool. Probably have to specifically say goodbye to my friends, don't I?
When I was younger,
I think something wonderful is going to happen.
like RPG stuff like this, like used to prevent me from progressing because there was just like it's like, who do I have to talk to get this damn game started? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But now I look at that, like now I have a different perspective. Like now I appreciate the world building. But back when I was a kid, I was like, I just want action now. You're nitpicking.
That's what I expected. Have you ever been outside the castle?
Crazy girl.
Are you totally ignorant of the world? Will is my friend, understand? Oh, now hold on, we just met.
Hey Will, aren't you my friend too?
I just met both of you.
Yeah, for real.
I'm going to the village. Together, the 3 set off for Lily's village.
Yeah, Miss Heathen, it depends on the RPG. I think some are really worth it and do have good stories and are funny and reverent and all that stuff. But other ones, it can feel like a slog.
It's invisible and it's on this map.
I'm not like the biggest Final Fantasy person in the world. I don't have anything against them. They've just always like triggered that sort of like, I just want to play in me, you know? But you know, I mean, it depends on if it appeals to you or not, I guess. Some dialogue is definitely written better than others, though, that's for sure. I think that's why I liked Earthbound so much. That was another game that I played around the time that I played this. And it was great, not only because it's fun to play, but because you really didn't know what all the characters were going to say next. Like, the script was just, like, super silly and contemporary like relevant and hilarious and really out of pocket and unhinged at times, and I think that made it really appealing. Cool, we warped or something.
We played the melody and it revealed the village.
I see.
We said this already.
Right.
The princess is going to be a bother. On the road, all I heard was my feet hurt. I'm thirsty. I'm tired of hearing it.
I can't help it. My feet hurt.
Yeah. Look, just because you have different understanding of life. Ay, ay, ay. I'll show you my house. Slowly.
There are no children Lily's age in the village. Please become friends. Immediately now. Become friends now. You're safe. Good, good.
A terrible thing has happened to us. A man called the Jackal came to the house with some soldiers.
He almost got us.
Grandpa panicked. I destroyed their digestion with a poisoned marsupial pie.
Oh, shit.
Where are you getting these pies?
I love how she was
Also,
just
which
ready for that
marsupial?
immediately.
We didn't ask her to come along. Oh my god. It's peak. It's definitely
wait.
peak. Well, this is how women behave dialogue.
Yeah.
They're just constantly bickering with each other.
Fighting over a boy.
Why did I turn into Vince McMahon when I started talking about this? What's going on with this voice?
That's a good question.
He's so vascular. Anyway, yeah. Sometimes my voice just does things, and apparently one of those things is Vince McMahon. I'll be okay, I think.
I can roll with it.
The elder is in the flower garden. He's very old, but very wise. Shall we go see him? You're right. It's not incorrect for a person saying that kind of thing, but like, why did I don't know.
It's a great village. The breeze is refreshing.
Oh.
I thought you were going into the Richard Nixon impression.
You know, there's an amount of parallel.
There is, yeah. Meet with the elder. He knows something.
I'm afraid that something bad is going to happen.
The scumbag verse, yeah.
Weird slope.
That is a weird slope.
Look, I know you're an invisible village and all, but like, gems.
Yeah, where are these invisible
Also, look,
gems?
finally, a fucking stove.
Yep. Many people have come here to gather ink and gold. But many who set foot in the Incan ruins have never returned.
Justice.
Yeah, pretty much. The ruins are an ancient tomb. Why can't you leave them alone?
Yes, Britain. Why can't you just leave them alone? Why couldn't
Yes.
you have just left everything alone?
But my destiny needs to manifest.
It's said that a messenger appeared here when the ancient world was about to be destroyed. Then oh, sorry.
All around the world, disease and famine began to increase. This planet had always been peaceful.
Until Britain.
Also, like, hope you know what these doorways look like by now, because you almost cannot see this one. It's just in there. And in fact, before you walk into the middle, you can't.
and then it just appears like a Bill and Ted phone booth.
Well, now that's a statue of ourselves. What happens if we stand at the statue of ourselves?
Psycho Dash can now be used.
Passive voice unlocked. Why? Why not you got Psycho Dash? There's like this big fanfare. Psycho Dash can now be used.
Yeah.
Only young Will can use the Psycho Dash. You can smash walls and obstacles by hurling yourself against them. What a superpower. Use the attack button to save energy, by which it means hold the attack button.
Okay.
Are you ready to see this amazing power? Oh, I can't do it here. I can't attack in town. Try running down that hill and keep running. I thought I was running up that hill. Anyway. Whee!
That was pretty cool.
Is it really appropriate to have, like, a sick jump into a graveyard?
Yeah, for real.
I mean, if you miss the sick jump, you belong in the graveyard. So here we are.
There was like a Tony Hawk style multiplier right there.
I just tried to interact with all of those graves, but now that we're attempting to leave, there's a quiet voice.
Yep. You come, Will. Oh.
Still nothing.
Oh, creepy music.
I love this music. It's one of my favorites from the whole game. Oh yeah, here we go. I can show it off now.
Oh, so you hold it like a superpower, and then you.
And then I
shine
can... Boof! That's it.
On this channel? Or at all?
Nice.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was supposed to, like, thwack walls until I heard a noise.
And like a good British boy, the gold goes right into your pocket.
Colonialism, 1 of 6. I mean, you found Incan Statue A. You discovered Incan Statue A.
Right.
Ah, there.
Ooh.
Now he exists.
Oh, that's the Incan statue. Good job. I wonder if you were put on this earth to solve the Incan riddle. That's very optimistic, Grandpa. I'll tell you a legend handed down by our people. Put the statue in the Lorai Cliff below the ruins where the spirit's breath cannot reach. The winds in the valley will lead you to the gold ship. Understand?
No, but if I say no, you'll just say it again.
It's said that the Moon Tribe has one more. Have Lily guide you there. Be careful.
That is an excellent old man voice. Thank you.
Thank
Whee!
you. I forgot about the ramps. That is pretty cool. Okay, Grandpa, let's get you back to a colonial prison. Yeah.
No, hold on a second. The Incas who lived here were a tribe without a written language. That's flagrantly untrue. The Incan civilization had a ridiculous written language, right?
Not
That's
according
one of
to the colonizers.
that.
The colonizers were like, nope, no music, no written language, no food. They did nothing. We helped them. We showed up to assist them.
Oh, sorry, there was a red jewel in this empty ass spot. Forgot to mention that.
Oh, nice. It happened so fast. It's like I barely even see that you got one.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to get it. Right, yes, the Aztec civilization had a written system, and the Incans kept record with the like knotted knotted cord, but like, oh, they didn't have a written language. Like, they have a method of recording, though.
Right.
Like, oh, but they're not doing it with charcoal and paper. Therefore, I don't respect them.
Therefore, inconceivable.
To be fair, that is different from a written language.
Yeah. All right, Lily, take me to this place. More like a strange shadow form than a tribe.
It's about to get anime.
What do you mean about to get anime? The man said moon tribe. A high mountain peak near here has become their home. Yes, let's go.
I'm going too. I want to see the Moon Tribe. Since I escaped the confinement of the castle,
Hello, base.
I want to see and hear everything.
No, it's too dangerous for princesses. If you don't want to bother Will, just wait here quietly.
I seem to be the only one left out. So I'll talk to Grandma Lola. Nya nya. Yeah, for real. Hey, Kaga. That's my buddy Kaga.
Yeah, my old buddy. My old buddy.
Welcome
Haven't seen
in.
that name around here in a long while. Welcome back.
Oh. It's good medicine for a selfish girl.
The mountain pass will be difficult, but let's do the best we can. So Will and Lily go to the peak where the Moon Tribe lives.
Bum, 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 bum.
Now, are we gonna need to like deal with this mountain pass with any gameplay, or are we just gonna? Nope. We're just there.
I mean, to be fair, I think something I really appreciated about this RPG or action RPG is that unlike so many other RPGs from the 16-bit era, it just gets to the point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
in Final Fantasy, it would be like, okay, now you have to grind for 3 hours on your way there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I genuinely appreciate the like grindless RPG.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I think grinding can be good and can be interesting depending on how you do it. But I remember specifically being so into this game because of its brevity. Like, you relatively get to the action and to the actual meat of the game pretty fast compared to a lot of other games.
Good evening. Out for a stroll? Who is it? Up. This body is lighter than air. What are you? Guess who? This is the dumbest possible option. This first one is just like
Andy's relative? You know you gotta do it.
I feel like this option was translated from French.
You know you want to.
I do.
Actually. Oh, he says wrong.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Right, okay.
Actually, we are the Moon Tribe, also known as Shadows. I said this sprite would be showing back up from Soul Blazer, and here they are. Wherever there's light, there are shadows. We, who were changed by being bathed in the light only once, will spend our future in a world without light. One of my party has been kidnapped. Do you know your destination? No? Maybe someone's chasing you. Problematic laughter. The comet is a vehicle of destruction whose evil light has changed all creatures. It's a remnant of a weapon from a terrible battle long ago. The world will be unbearable? Yes, you're bright, but you're still immature. Also, an ad's gonna happen and I totally missed it. We'll be back. Alrighty. Welcome back once again from the ads. I've just realized something. Did I turn down the sound on this thing? Is that why everything's weird? No, it's just quiet. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it, Jules. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, Moon Tribe. It comes once every 800 years. Jesus, and I thought November was rough. This is the 4th time. Herb?
Yeah, can you hear me? There we go.
Yeah.
It, like, Discord muted me for some reason.
Good. That's not supposed to happen.
That was weird.
You have the you have the commentary room rule. You were able to get in here.
Nice. It comes once every 800 years. This is the 4th time. That's not very much.
Yeah, I was just saying I thought November was rough, but 800 years, Jesus Christ.
800 years. The more light that reaches you, the stronger your dark power.
Yeah, welcome to No Nut Millennium. It doesn't quite work.
No nut never. What will be born of the light this time?
This is a really ominous place. I quite like the idea that, like, the comet doesn't impact the planet. It's just like it comes by and the light shines on things and changes them.
There's an analog horror series about that.
We've transcended time and have lived long. We saw the destruction of the Incan Empire. The Incan statue sleeps in the cave below. If you like, we'll give it to you. At any rate, go look in the cave. Problematic laugh.
Does it say that?
No, it's one of those anime laughs where they spell out a syllable repeatedly. It just so happens that the syllable is ku.
Huh.
Which,
Yeah, it's not great.
yeah. This is the final shape of those touched by the comet's light. They are horrible creatures whose hearts are filled with hatred and destruction. If you can destroy them within 20 seconds, I'll give you the Incan statue.
More problematic laughing.
Yeah. Trying to quick save, make sure I can do this within 20 seconds. Final shape, where are they? Oh, we turned into worms. Okay, sure. Ow!
You still love me if I was a worm?
I mean, define being a worm. Can you still communicate?
I don't know.
Fuck! I failed.
Oh. Okay. With that flimsy fluid, too. How dare they? The conversation about worms, Miss Heathen.
Hey, good boy. First that thing about the pig, now good boy. It's a weird place.
Right?
Weird place.
I love how it spells it out super slow, like Mega Man does when you get a new power-up or whatever.
And then the time before I'm able to take control again is even longer than that.
Yeah.
Or the...
Really weird.
Even longer than that, or the music. I go to the Incan ruins. My father summoned me.
Miss Heathen, yeah.
Little money. I don't want to fight the demons, but if my father's alive, I'll risk anything to see him. You don't really understand until you lose your parents. Typical.
Wow.
Let's go to the ruins.
Wait, why did she say typical?
These RPG protagonists Batmaning it up. You know.
Yep.
Oh, you don't get it until you lose your parents. Like, fucking whatever. Cool heroes.
Right.
Obviously, you have animated hair and pronouns.
Animated blue hair, nonetheless.
Well, Will doesn't have blue hair.
Well, true.
They say that this is where the puzzle of the Incan legend is hidden. I heard this story from the elder when I was a child. After being invaded, the Incas decided to leave their native land to find a new world. They secretly built a huge ship and filled it with priceless gold artifacts. But there's no record of the ship leaving. That's probably the Incan gold ship in the story. I don't think the elder has ever told that story to any outsider. Whoops. I wonder what he wants you to do. Find the boat, I imagine.
Yup. Take a trip.
No, stop. Keep trying to push a button to...
You're so mean, leaving me behind. How could you do that?
How the fuck did you get here?
See, it was another pillar person.
Why are you in a place like this? It's dangerous.
Lola told me about this place. I've been waiting. I thought you'd left me. You should tell me where you're going. What is Will looking for in the ruins? I can't just wait around and eat while Will is working so hard. I'm waiting here for Will to return.
I'm right here. Well, the princess wouldn't
She also said
understand.
Will like 4 times.
I'll wait for you here, okay? Remember what the elder said. Put the statue on the Larai cliff below the ruins where the spirit's breath cannot reach. The valley wind will lead you to the gold ship. Thanks. Remember what he said. Allow me to restate what he said in case you did not remember what he said. Oh, this game. There was a tremendous wind at the Larai Cliff. Sorry, wait, no, we're speaking. There was a tremendous wind at the Larai Cliff. That's probably what the old man meant by the breath of the spirits. This is the cliff with no wind. My heart beats fast. He said out
This
loud.
song. I like this song too.
Alright, dungeon time once again.
There's mudmen for no explainable reason in the dungeon.
Yeah. They were a cool thing we figured out how to animate.
Yep.
Hey, look, the first non-bat thing that kind of makes some thematic sense.
The mudmen had just finished in Super Castlevania 4. I like that you can see the enemies on the map. That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of nifty.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. I think I was kind of like intimidated by RPGs when I was younger, but an action RPG instantly was like, okay, I can do this. We gotta get something better than a flute, right? Maybe?
Ow, fuck off. Oh yeah, perhaps the Psycho Dash does, nothing. Cool.
Sean says, action RPG is so much better than turn-based, in your opinion? I tend to gravitate towards those, yeah, but I will say that over the last, like, decade, I've given more time to certain turn-based games, and I really do like some of them quite a bit. Like Tactics Ogre that got remade last year or whatever. That's, I mean, you know, it's a strategy RPG, but it's turn-based, and like that's a great one. Also, in the past decade, there's been a lot of indie games. Sea of Stars, of course, and Cosmic Star Heroine is really good. Like, I don't know, like some of them are really compelling, but I think a lot of it has to do with good writing and also a good battle system. If you don't have a good writing or good battle system, it doesn't really matter how good the music or the story or the graphics are to me. Like I need to feel that chunky sort of sense of satisfaction when you complete a really hard battle by using your wits. Like that's really important for me. Oh yeah, Tactics Ogre is very unforgiving, that is for sure. I also went back and I didn't beat it, but I started playing Shining Force like 1 and 2 on Genesis.
Fuck yeah, Shining Force. Those games are so
those are
much
so
of a
good.
slog, but they're so cool.
Yeah, very, very, very good meaty battles. Like after you've won, you feel like such a sense of accomplishment after figuring out the exact like attack strategy to like take on your foes. It's really, really satisfying. Even more so, I think, than other strategy RPGs like Langrisser or even Fire Emblem. Like I like those, but there's something about Shining Force that's just like so satisfying.
Well, shame about those herbs I already ate.
Sorry.
Thank God, healing.
Also, I like in this game how pretty fairly often, just by defeating dungeons, like you're getting permanent upgrades. Like it really feels like, you know, it kind of gives you a lot. Like you're not wandering around for 3 hours with the same exact level of stats, you know?
The what? The diamond-shaped block. The what? Diamond-shaped block. Yep, sure is. You'd be forgiven for not realizing that this was a thing.
Don, you don't like output randomness? You mean like, you know, you're saying like in an RPG where it's like you could hit or you could miss or you could fall asleep or like that whole thing where it's like RNG? Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But I will say that I mean some action RPGs kind of employ that anyway. Like it just happens a lot faster, but you can miss and there's like various things that can happen. Like recently, well, in 2020 I played through Ys 8. Ys, it's like Lacrimosa of Dana. Really fantastic action RPG. Like if you want a modern action RPG that's really, really good other than Tales of Arise, I would say any of the Ys games.
Fucking love Ys.
Ys, yeah, Ys. They're just like, yeah, they're awesome. 8 I think is a masterpiece, and I hear 9 is good and 10 is already out in Japan, but like 8, there's just something about like the Shipwreck Island theme that I really like a lot.
Hey look, the dabbing skeletons are back.
Oh hey.
I died this way. I always said my arms would get stuck like this.
Bone Daddy.
On this channel? Skeleton's hand is some kind of charm. Inside is a scrap of paper with this written on it.
Father, please come back alive. Nana.
Bad news for...
Oh, 2 notes. When you find the gold ship, buy a Krook. Sabas.
Yeah, bad news for your kids. You're dead.
It was a double note with 2 different signatures. Yeah, I think honestly, like I said it before, but Cosmic Star Heroine has an incredibly addictive battle system for a turn-based game, and is a lot like Chrono Trigger. Very, very similar.
Herb.
What's that? Oh, that was a herb.
Sorry. I shouldn't just say that, should I?
Herb!
It's like, oh no, what?
I was a barista for a long time, and one of the guys that originally trained me would always say heard, as in acknowledged, when he was told something, so he'd be like heard. And so I would hear herb as heard all the time, and eventually I just started tuning it out.
Wait.
Well, hi, Kitty.
I did a complete loop of this.
Mm-hmm. Kitty.
Below,
say hi?
where the spirits dedicate the statues where the breath of the spirits cannot reach.
Kitty. she's not happy about being held. She's like, no, I want to be on you, but you must not hold me.
No holding, only sit.
Yeah, that's really all it is with her. She wants to be on top of you, but heaven forbid if you like assist her with that. She wants to find her spot and sit in it. You must not interfere. Yeah, I mean, I would say action RPGs altogether always appeal to me more, and I think that's why Zelda does so well, is because Zelda is not only, you know, a well-made series of games, but, you know, I think, like, don't quote me on this, but I've heard many times in talks with, like, you know, folks at Nintendo over the years throughout the 80s, the 90s, whatever, that it's like they wanted to make role-playing games a bigger deal in the gaming market, and they knew that sure, Final Fantasy did sell well and it did save Square, and Dragon Warrior was, you know, or Quest is popular, and you know, there's lots of popular RPGs, but I think Zelda was kind of like an easy way to sell the idea of a role-playing game to just about any gamer, because you didn't have to learn the whole turn-based shit. So it was kind of like, not that it was ever going to be turn-based, but I just feel like that's part of why Zelda is so successful, is because it's easy to play, like most action RPGs are easy to play.
I missed the place where I was able to jump off. That's what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know. RPGs, like turn-based RPGs when I was a kid felt like a chore, and now it's kind of like, now I play them when I'm in the mood to play a video game but not have to do too much like physical reflexive movement, you know, like a fighting game or a shooting game. Like, I love fighting games probably more than any other genre, but I have to be in the mood for them, because when I'm trying to like chill, that is not a fighting game. Like I can't relax. I can't, like, you know, untense up my shoulders when I'm playing a fighting game, because you kind of have to like grip the controller and press a bunch of buttons really fast. And so I think RPGs are really good for that. Like, you can just sit back and kind of read a cool story and get into battles without having to exert a lot of effort.
Different kind of Mudman now.
It's the Ooze, also from Sega Genesis for some reason. That's okay. You want a difficult video game? Oh my God, play the Ooze on Sega Genesis. Jesus.
Oh God.
Don't play it.
Oh God.
Play it with save
oh no.
states.
We're getting Olmec'd.
Oh no. Nice. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, she's her name is Watts, and she is a very feisty kitty, a very feisty tabby. She was like gifted, or not gifted, but her original owner passed, and they were like an acquaintance of my hubby, and so he was like, you know, they were looking for a home for her, and he was like, sure. And we didn't have any other animals, and it's been wonderful. Now it's been like 8 years. Probably the best cat I think I've ever had.
Finally.
I like that too about this game, that like the layout of the land isn't like static necessarily. Like, it can change based on like you defeating enemies or whatever. I think that's really cool.
Oh God. Oh God.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I distinctly remember playing this on emulators and using save states a lot. Because there are parts that are just really tough.
And not all of these are statues.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you can still, I believe you can still move them like statues.
And then they fake you out. Speaking of fighting games, a new
There
one
we
just came
go.
out.
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I just speaking of fighting games, a new one just came out. It's called Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, which is it's always lovely word salad when a great Japanese fighter comes out. But it's free to play, which is cool. Like you can buy it, but you can also just like play it, and then it has like rotating characters, I guess. I'm all for that. I'm for that. Like any way that I can play it free, sure, let's do it. Why not?
Oh. So these trigger traps. But not like atop the tile.
I'm trying to think of.
Most
There's like a
stressful
PS1.
roly-poly ever.
There's like a PS1
Finally.
action RPG that's kind of like this. Oh, Alundra. Alundra is what I'm thinking of.
Hmm.
Very similar to Illusion of Gaia or Zelda. I mean, it's the same kind of game, like kind of bird's eye view, block puzzles and spikes and jumping over pits and things like that.
I don't totally know why I'm reminded of it. Probably just because you have, like, talked about games on the Super Nintendo and Genesis this
Yeah.
evening. You ever play Sparkster?
Oh my gosh. Have we not talked about this already?
Have we?
Okay, I have a tattoo of Sparkster.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah, oddly enough, not from the game Sparkster, but from Rocket Knight Adventures, because I think that's, like, by and large, not only the best game in that series, but also the best interpretation of Sparkster. But yeah, no, I'm a huge fan.
I always thought it was weird that... Wait, was there a stream of the two of us playing Sparkster? No. This is the first time we've done this.
Yeah, this is the first time we've done this, but I have played Sparkster on my channel, and I believe you played one of them at some point, or no? Or somebody else was playing it that we know, because I remember
Christ,
last year...
has it finally
in someone's
happened? Have I
stream.
reached the streamer point of forgetting my own things that I've done?
I may be there too. Yeah, Sean, maybe we knew each other in another stream, because I know somebody else did Sparkster like last year, and I was there in the stream. Like anytime someone's playing Sparkster, I will probably be there. But if you don't know, yeah, Rocket Knight Adventures is the first game, and then there's two equally, completely different Super Nintendo and Genesis games, both named Sparkster after that, which are technically 2 and 3.
With the same soundtrack as each other, which is what I was going to start
Yeah.
talking about. That it's super fucking weird that they are two
Yeah.
games with the same soundtrack that do completely different shit.
Yeah. Very, very different. And it's funny because they're not really any better than each other. They're both pretty good games, but they're both like...
They both have some stuff that is
cons.
wrong with them.
Yeah. I still think Rocket Knight Adventures is kind of like the pinnacle. It's made by the same team who did Castlevania 4, Contra, Hardcore, Gradius 3. Like it was like Konami's dream team that they put together to make Rocket Knight Adventures. But then after that team went off to make other games, and they gave both Sparkster games to different teams from the original to do the following games. And then randomly in like 2010, Way Forward put together a new Rocket Knight that's on PS3 and 360 and still works today on any modern Xbox, and that one is actually pretty good. I wouldn't say it's better than any of the old ones, but it's not really worse. But if you only play one of those games, make sure it's Rocket Knight Adventures on Sega Genesis. That is like the masterpiece of that series. Not only just in the way that it plays and the whole layout of it, but like the music and just the presentation. It's just like super on point. Like it's one of those games where if somebody younger was like, what games were cool back in the day, that's one of the first games I would show them. But yeah, it's funny that we hadn't talked about this yet, because yeah, I'm definitely a fan. You know, it's funny because several people over the years have asked me, because I do play a lot of different games and a lot of retro games, if I speedrun, and I don't, but frankly, if I were to speedrun, I think the first game I would do is Rocket Knight Adventures, because I know it so well, and because you can beat the game in like 20 to 30 minutes if you know what you're doing. So like it's doable, and it's kind of like a, if you're not playing it on the quote unquote crazy hard difficulty, it's not really that hard of a game. But if you put it on crazy hard, you get 1 life, no continues, and each hit is a death. So you can still accumulate 1-ups in game, but every hit you take is a death. So like by the end of the game, you can basically, like at the last boss, you essentially have 9 tries. And after that, it's game over. So like I haven't beaten it on that. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know if I can beat it without getting hit. But yeah, it's a pretty doable game outside of that.
No, don't make me.
Oh, okay, Sean, you were Do High 100. I definitely remember that name. It's been a while though, but I remember seeing you around. Yeah, I rebranded too. I was Three Bears Gaming with my 2 partners, but we moved to Colorado last year, and really, honestly, I'm kind of the only one that wanted to kind of go forward with streaming. Lucas made his own channel, which is Squapes, but like, he kind of like, you know, we've kind of been busy with life, and he's busy with work, and so it's just one of those things where I was like, do y'all mind if I just go forward with my own thing? And they were like, please, go ahead, enjoy, you know? I mean, what's funny is we all game a ton, but I think I'm the only one who can stand being in front of the camera for any length of time. Yeah, Gamer Herb now, but I was Three Bears Gaming, like number 3 Bears Gaming.
There's no way this is what I'm meant to be doing. But I can.
Yeah, Gamer Herb, I want to say I switched to this name in like July or June, around then. Because I remember the last game I played was Rocket Slime, like Dragon Quest, and then I switched over. Yeah, Miss Heathen. Yeah, that too. Yeah, no, that was a common thing. Like when you share a channel, people are always like, okay, which one is it? But that's the thing, is that most of the time it was me, and once we moved here, it was kind of just like, if I'm gonna keep doing this, then I need to like have my own identity, because otherwise I feel like I'm kind of holding up, you know, all of us when it's just me. You know what I mean? Like it was time. It was time for change. And luckily, you know, my partners were like, sure, you know, please. They were supportive, which was really great, because at the end of the day, I think it was kind of like, I'm not gonna say it was my baby, because we all definitely did our thing while it was going on, but I consistently have been the most, like, I stream the most for sure. And before that, I had a different channel altogether where I streamed for myself. So, you know, sometimes you got to change a little bit. I almost didn't recognize Jules when the name Foxy Jules came around, because I was like, wait a minute, don't I know you from? And then it was like, oh, okay. And then I got it confused because there's another Foxy streamer who was not Jules, but has a similar name that I can't even remember now, but it was Foxy something or other. And so I was like, wait a minute, is it all three? Is it who? What? But now we're clear. We're good.
Gosh, why did I have to like foxes so much?
I mean,
it's so
it's
confusing.
super cute name. Super cute name.
I like it.
Yeah. I honestly, I love your whole shtick. I love your overlays. I love, like your sort of iconography, like with the jewel and the foxtail, like the intro, like all of that. I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've taken a lot from, well, my various inspirations, but I'm just so happy that it all works.
Yeah.
Like not even. I'm not. What?
What?
Go hard on stream stuff and then keep going even harder. Why were you screaming? Oh, okay. You know what? I'll take it, right? Like.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of a rousing statement. You just go harder.
Oh, it was this door? This is the door I missed. Okay.
I've always had kind of trouble with that. Like, I like so many things and I identify with so many things that it almost feels like so much and yet none at the same time. Like, I've always felt kind of paradoxical in how either I come across or how I sort of like identify with symbolism. So, you know, for the channel and stuff, like it's always been kind of hard for me to find a unifying sort of theme or vision that I have for myself. So it's kind of just like a bunch of random stuff put together. All of my alerts and everything, like it's all like random games. Like it's just like there's no central theme, and that's kind of how I've always been. But I can really appreciate when somebody else is able to like not only decide something I have trouble with, decide on a central theme, but stick to it and kind of make it all work together. I think that's really cool.
There's an amount of work that I still need to do that has been like piling up, I guess. Like among them, I never made better emotes. I never made like sub badges. Like I need to do this at some point, but I don't know. I think my limitation is some of the smaller art. I don't know how to put. I have a vision for what I want, but I don't know how to put that on a canvas that's 24 pixels square.
Yeah.
Like,
you really have to like simplify it. Yeah.
Fuck off, Twitch.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely have specific things I do on my channel that kind of everybody know are things that I do, which I won't spend time plugging. But my point is that like, I guess I do have consistency in some ways, but I guess like theming wise, like, you know, my channel doesn't have like herbs on it. Like it's not like, there's no sort of like literal symbolic representation of me, or like, you know, I don't have a PNG. You know what I mean? It's pretty much just like a queer person with a camera and a bunch of psychedelic colors and all these games and stuff I like to do. You know, like,
yeah.
It's kind of it's tough. It's tough to make a consistent sort of theming for anybody who makes content or who spends time streaming or whatever. Like it really is tough to kind of like, you know, do one thing. At least for me, it always has been. I've always been kind of like a fully distracted person. So it's over the years, instead of trying to force myself to, you know, kind of focus, instead of that, I've learned to embrace just my distraction and just kind of let myself go with whatever I like, you know, at the time.
Well,
there's definitely no, go ahead, sorry.
It's also one of those things that, like, the way the internet and the algorithm have taken shape over the years. It's like, for the people that want to stream like to make money,
yeah,
they are rewarded for playing or doing one thing repeatedly forever. And
yep.
I recognize that yes, that would work, but God, would I hate it.
Agreed. Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I mean, we were just talking about Rocket Knight Adventures, right? I love that game, but it is like a 40-minute game. It's an hour game at most. Like, if I decided to just play that, or even just play games from Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo, I would feel extremely limited because I love these systems, but I really do see gaming as a spectrum, like from different eras, different platforms, different levels of technology. Like I see it all as valid. So sometimes I will play Atari, and other times I will play Dreamcast, and other times I will play brand new games.
Well, and also, like, you'll run out of good games eventually. If you there's some people out there that have made it their like streaming quest to play every game on the Super Nintendo, and it's like, and what do you want to do when you run out of the good 30? Like,
yeah. right. Yeah, there's a very famous streamer, Sharpie, who real nice guy, and his whole thing is he does Sega games entirely. And I mean, his level of conviction to this is insane. He has done every single Master System, Genesis, Saturn, 32X, Sega CD, and now he's working on Dreamcast. And I'm like, dude, when you're done with that, like, there weren't any more Sega systems, so like, what are you gonna do? I don't know that he has an answer for that yet, but yeah, I don't think I could do that. Like, I have major respect for it, and he's really played some duds. And in fact, because he's played so many games, specifically Sega games, he has a really unique perspective. And so when you ask him about like which games are the worst out of all these, like, I would think, oh, the sports games, right? The games where you have to play a million copies of very similar games, those suck, right? And he actually says no, the worst games for him are the ones that are too obtuse to figure out, because his whole thing is not using guides. And personally, I'm like, dude, you are asking for a level of insanity if you don't use guides for some of these games. But okay, if that's your thing, if that's what you want to do. But yeah, for him, it's like the ones that don't really kind of make it obvious what needs to happen are the worst games, whereas the ones where all you have to do is beat another team are like really easy peasy when you think about it in comparison.
I think my temptation in that regard is like to say that the worst ones are probably like simulators, or like the SNES attempts to make chess happen, and it's just like, this is not fast enough of a processor to make this work at the speed that you want it to work.
Yeah, like SimCity and SimAnt on SNES are like, and like Populous and ActRaiser, like, they're pretty good, but it was one of those things where I think, again, in the early to mid 90s, we were just excited to get anything we could fucking get on these systems, and these companies were excited to sell whatever the fuck that was to us. And so it's kind of like, yeah, you could play these really expansive, complicated games on Super Nintendo, kind of, but it wasn't really that enjoyable. But we were just kind of stoked to even have PC ported games to our consoles to begin with. It's why we were excited for Doom. It was a red cartridge, and it was like, oh shit, I can play Doom on a Super Nintendo. But when you go back and play it now, it's like a really not great version of it at all.
Oh yeah.
So I think a lot of that is definitely also like just the timing of it, especially like the 5th generation of games, like N64, Saturn, and PS1, that whole era. There were so many examples of games that really, like, when you look back now and really even thinking about them then, they were trash, but we were just so excited to have any morsel of 3-dimensional gaming and FMVs. We were just so stoked to have new tech that we didn't care. We were into it. We were like so gung-ho about it that it didn't matter if it really wasn't a great or enjoyable game. It's kind of like the way people put up with free-to-play shit now. Like, everyone will tell you, like, well, this sucks about Genshin, and that sucks about Genshin, and this sucks about this free-to-play, this casino game, that casino game. But we put up with it because if enough of the game is enjoyable, like the gameplay or the story or the graphics, then people will kind of just shrug and go through it, even if the core experience is a casino, or even if it's kind of like a predatory business move, or like people will just go through it. It's the same reason people are playing Call of Duty and shit now, you know? Once a game gets into our hearts, you know, no matter how bad it gets, we're still gonna defend that Pokemon. We're still gonna you know, we're still gonna make it okay for the Final Fantasy 16 controversy to happen. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not all of us, obviously, but in some way or another, we all make these compromises because we love this shit, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Tell me.
I'm trying to think about how to express this.
Spill the tea.
I very purposefully avoid things that have unethical qualities, just because of the kind of person that I am.
I'm with you.
Parenthesis, neurodivergent.
I'm with you. I think like there's so many instances where we can definitely avoid them and make better decisions, and I think so many times right at that crucial moment is where people kind of fail, where they're like, well, it's not going to affect me if I do this, so who cares? But it's like, right, but there's so many other options that why wouldn't you just choose something different if you know this is the truth? But you know, the whole conversation about like how much exactly your impact is a whole thing. But I'm with you. I especially if I hear somebody more marginalized than myself, which is not very much, tell me that, hey, this thing, whatever it is, game or not, this thing is tied to these problematic things, da 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 da. I'm just gonna be like, okay, I will do some research, and I will definitely like take that into account in terms of like where I put my money, and attention for that matter. But most of the time, it's like if you just spend 5 minutes on social media, you'll hear about, you know, who's doing what in which game and whatever. And so I'm kind of like, I don't know. We don't necessarily have to follow that every single time, but I'm totally with you in the sense that if I know that so-and-so said that we're not going to have these kinds of people in our video game, you bet your ass I'm not probably spending money on that game, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of like it's just like a no-brainer. It's just kind of like oh, okay, well, fuck that guy. Like, I'll just play these other millions of games.
Uh-oh.
Like, it's boss time. Oh, this boss was so cool.
Fucking cool.
Yeah.
It also
Separate
sucks a lot.
hands. Yeah, Sean, that's for sure as well. Yeah, there's so many things you can't control. I think that's what I'm saying though, is that like there's so many things we can't control, right? We have to get groceries, so you have to go to one of these fucking grocery places that sucks, right? But when it comes to something optional or something luxurious, like a game, it's like once you do know better, it's not about being perfect from the get-go. It's not about knowing everything that could be controversial or could be damaging. It's not about knowing that. It's about once you do know what you're going to do with that information. You know what I mean? Because nobody's perfect. Nobody comes out of the womb immediately knowing Nintendo's business practices or whatever, you know. But once you find out, depending on the severity of it and how much it's going to affect, we all have to kind of make that decision of like,
are you going to become vulnerable at any point? Okay, there we go.
You're almost there. Nice. That was thrilling.
Can that projectile go away before I... Okay, thank God. Turns back into small child, gets absolutely annihilated by fire gem that's still in the room.
Don, that is... Yes, that's the perfect way to put it. Mistakes are accidents that you double down on. Yes. Yes.
Into the
Right, like
hole.
it's not bad to not automatically psychically know. It's bad that once you know, you're just like, whatever. That's when you can really run into some rough territory. This is an ink and gold ship.
I feel like someone's
What?
there. Yeah, we're on the ancient Incan ship made of gold.
I love it.
The king has
Look,
returned, and he's much shorter. I'm the king? I guess.
Illusion of royalty.
Now we can set sail.
Oh, you know
Quiz.
what? I do have sounds for this, don't I?
Yeah, so the Incan people are just here. They were waiting for me.
Applause.
Thank you. I don't have an applause interrupt yet, do I?
I just using whatever's in Discord here.
No, fair enough. I've been hard at work on the
Soundboard.
my interrupt system.
Wait, what's that mean? What do you mean?
Oh gosh, right. I didn't even talk about this today. So if you go to my stream chat,
Yeah.
there's a channel points.
Oh yes,
thing.
I see.
And there's one at the top of the list called interrupt index, which accepts a number of like codes, words, etc.
It's all coming together.
Like
Okay.
that. Sean can
Oh,
just
yeah.
say cronk into that, and it knows, and it'll do the it's all coming together thing because.
Well, which ones? Like, how do I know what we have?
So since you're already in my Discord, currently, I have plans for like a big help file on my webpage when I get that more put together. At the moment, there's just a big list in the Discord feedback channel.
Feedback. Are they case sensitive?
They are not.
Okay, good. Wow, I found the one I want.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Does it? If it has quotes, does the command include the quotes? Or do I not do the quotes?
So
I think it does have.
from the big list, it's just the words on the left there.
Oh wait, let me see. Oh, I got you. I was looking at the one from 2021 that says, "Have you checked your butthole?"
Ah,
Oh, good times. I see.
jewel box. That's me. Wait, no.
A few inches later.
A few inches later.
Perfect.
Wow.
So yeah, they were all just waiting for us, and now it's time to see the ship off on its maiden
That's cool.
voyage, hundreds of years later. Oh, Short King, hey. I mean, I'm 6'4", so you know whatever. But Short King, they knew in the SNES.
Yep.
The ship is coming out of the cave. We're facing the wrong effing way, Will.
It
After
like
living in
keeps...
darkness for so long, the brightness is like a new beginning. How can invaders come to and destroy a world as beautiful as this?
That is okay. That is a really beautiful image right there. Like the parallax scrolling and contrasting speeds, like that right there when you're standing on the ship and you can see the water. That's
yeah,
like
it's a really, really good visual.
Yeah, like that's really stunning for Super Nintendo. That's okay. That's one of those things where I can admit this now as an almost 40-year-old Sega fan. Don't get me wrong, I like all games, okay, but Sega was always like the thing for me. Sega and SNK and Atari. And so that's the kind of thing, that background where I would look at Super Nintendo and be like, whoa, that's pretty sick. Because you really didn't very often see something that looked like that on Genesis. Maybe something close or maybe something simulated like that, but not quite as smooth and, you know, sort of seamless looking. Like, it made it look so high quality. It made Super Nintendo feel such like a luxury item. Same with Star Fox. I remember seeing Star Fox and being blown away. But I don't know. I mean, it depends on the game. There are some Genesis games that pulled off some pretty impressive things, but I think it was more common to see that on Super Nintendo. Which I'm kind of a big like tech like geek in terms of consoles and things, and it's kind of amazing sometimes what they pull out of Super Nintendo, because it did have more colors available and on display than Genesis, but the processor was like way slower, like significantly slower. And you know, but the video RAM was more. So it was like, I don't know, Nintendo and all the devs that worked on Super Nintendo really had an amazing way of using what they had to create these like incredible visual sequences.
All right. We made it to the gold ship, and we're laying down for a nap. I fell into a deep sleep and was pulled inside a dream.
Suddenly, Little Nemo. Ooh, I do love dream sequences in games where you get to play it.
It's our house. Mother?
Shira, look into the sky. The comet is so beautiful. After years and years, the comet approaches Earth, then recedes. Some say it's unlucky, and it's an unlucky star. Some say it's a lucky star. Will, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I love anime.
All
This is a
right,
terrible,
then hope
terrible
that
joke.
happiness doesn't slip away. I don't know if I fully got that.
That's all right.
Will, I'm always watching over you.
There were never any Incans. They were dead to begin with. This is such an eerie reveal to me. And Lance is here somehow. And our friends can see the invisible town. You can't go on a journey without telling us. We have to share good times and bad. So now all of my friends are here.
The power of friendship.
Yeah. They were never here.
That like the pixel art of like the chair or the bed or what, that was really cool looking.
All right, so if you don't come up here and talk to Seth right now, that jewel disappears from the world.
Wow.
And the end to this sequence is going over here. They perished waiting for the king's return. Sorry, this is, yeah.
No, it's okay. I
I can't stand anything that disrupts people's peaceful lives. The queen's mummy
sleeps silently.
It's a gold ring on her long, slender, bony finger.
Thanks for the description.
That ring must be one of the artifacts put on the ship. Is the most valuable of all the artifacts. Considering that the reveal is that the whole thing's made of wood and not gold, looks like Many people have lost their lives trying to get rich by finding this ring.
Apparently, Sean, we're never done taking dead people's shit.
I want it. It's so pretty. I really must have it.
Wow, she really is Veruca Salt.
You could be cursed.
Daddy, I must.
Unfortunately, simply saying you want it is enough
What?
to seal all of our dooms.
How dare you utter that blasphemy? Yeah, the sprite or whatever of the throne with the queen, that looks badass.
Oh shit,
Our
I skipped
precious.
over whatever that said.
Wah!
Wah!
Wow!
I realized that somebody's
Wario.
screaming, but like...
Eek!
A huge, enormous, giant fish ran into the ship. Seth, fill in! Seth
Are we
was
gonna have to
eaten.
bust open the whale?
Can I please have control? Nope, we've been flung off the ship. And...
Wow. The screen shake was serious.
this is all that remains. Our friends, dead.
Jabu Jabu.
Alright.
That's what I was thinking too, Jabu Jabu level, yeah.
Welcome to one of the video game sequences of all time. You and Kara are trapped on this raft for like 40 goddamn real life minutes. For the like 30 days that you're out here at sea.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it takes
Oh.
so long for this sequence. And it will
Wow.
have to be next time.
Yeah,
Because I need to stop.
it is about that time, huh?
We've reached the end of my streaming block. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Heathen, for the 18-month Bezos bucks. Thank you. There was a follow 3 hours ago that I apparently didn't react to. Thank you, War Anvil. Welcome. Thank you for being here, everybody. It's always lovely.
Thanks for having.
Thank you especially for being here, Herb. This is great.
Thanks. Just tell me to shut up if I talk too much.
Never.
Thank you.
Like
I appreciate it.
maybe if you see me waiting on like a dialogue box for a bit, but no, I'm not going to tell anybody to. I'm not going to tell you to stop. Good lord.
Cool. So are you doing it next Friday?
Yes, I intend to do part 2 of this next week.
Okay,
on
cool.
Friday. Tomorrow will be session 4 of Small Saga. So, if you're interested in tiny mouse-based stories, join for that.
It looks really good.
It's so cute. I love it.
Cool. Yeah, I learned a little bit on your last playthrough.
Yeah, like Sean says, you're here to talk. I'm not gonna like tell you not to. This is why I bring guests. For those
I
unaware,
appreciate that.
this is that's the guest. Go love on them as well.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight. None of my typical rating targets are on. Do you have any suggestions, Herb?
Yeah, give me just a sec.
Sure.
There's too many people on apparently because I can't follow any more Twitch channels.
Oh right, yeah, you've got like 2,000 recommendations or
Yeah.
something.
I can't believe there's a limit, but y'all, there is a limit if you don't already know. Okay, let me see here really quick. Okay, speaking of more RPG goodness, although not action RPG, but let's go. If you want to raid McTastic, you spell it like that. They're playing Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, all right.
I don't think they have a cam today, but they do a lot of talking. Like they're very interactive.
Well, heck yeah. Let me warm up the raid machine. We're gonna continue the tradition that another of my friends started here like fucking a year ago. I'm just gonna pull a random quote. And use that as the thing.
Love it.
It's just how it is. Sometimes I'll filter and like create a new one in case it's like all about dicks, depending on where I'm going to be ending up. But you know,
Yeah.
it's still on brand. But yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Hope to see you next time. Have a lovely night. Goodbye.
Thank you, Jules. Good night.